The person is attempting to step or carry an item across this makeshift walkway. Suddenly, one of the panels slides forcefully out from its support, instantly disrupting the man's balance. The instability causes him to fall abruptly from the elevated height due to the panel's lack of proper fixation. Never walk or work on any surface that has not been certified as stable, load-bearing, and properly secured. All elevated work areas require full railing systems and personal fall protection to mitigate the risk of serious incidents. The video filmed at an agricultural or industrial facility shows a worker positioned dangerously close to a large machine used for grinding or processing dry materials. The worker is standing right next to and possibly crossing into the hazardous area where material is fed into the active machine. Suddenly, the worker's clothing or a part of his body is caught by the machine's operating mechanism and abruptly drawn into the processing chamber. Absolutely prohibit working within the danger zone of running machinery that lacks physical barriers or guards. All personnel must be trained to recognize and avoid feed-in points, and strict lockout-tagout procedures must be enforced before any intervention near moving parts. This surveillance footage delivers a crucial safety reminder about maintaining strict situational awareness and keeping clear of active machinery's operating envelope. The video set within a production facility shows a worker operating near equipment with heavy reciprocating parts designed for pressing or compacting. The worker is positioned unacceptably close to the active machinery. As the machine's moving component swings or rotates back, the worker fails to notice the movement and is severely caught. The worker is forced and compressed by the mechanism against a shelf or a stationary structure. Always establish and respect a safe clearance zone around all active machinery, and never turn your back on equipment with moving components to prevent instantaneous entrapment hazards. This footage delivers a crucial safety reminder regarding the significant danger posed by improperly stacked materials in a storage environment. The video captured inside a warehouse or storage area shows two workers standing directly next to a very high unstable wall of stacked sacks likely containing powder or grain. These sacks are piled precariously high, apparently without adequate bracing or structural interlocking. Abruptly, the entire tall column of sacks loses stability and collapses violently onto the workers. Both individuals are quickly overwhelmed and buried by the heavy falling material. Always adhere to strict height limitations and interlocking techniques for stacking bagged goods, and never stand within the fall zone of unstable cargo. This surveillance footage highlights the extreme risks associated with working too close to heavy construction equipment and the failure to secure support tools properly. The video set at a construction or loading site shows a worker near a large excavator that is being positioned or loaded onto a transport vehicle. The worker is in the process of placing or adjusting a support device, a ramp, block, or stabilizer for the excavator. Suddenly, during the maneuvering of the heavy machine, the excavator's motion causes the support device to slip or swing violently. The displaced support structure forcefully strikes the worker, who was positioned directly in the line of motion. Personnel must never enter the operating radius of heavy equipment while it is moving or adjusting its position. Ensure all support structures are securely in place and equipment movement is halted before any manual intervention is performed in the work zone. This footage delivers an essential safety alert regarding the critical dangers of contacting active industrial rolling or coiling machinery. The video, recorded inside a manufacturing facility, likely a paper or rolling mill, shows a worker positioned dangerously close to large, high-speed rotating rolls or drums. The worker appears to be attempting to handle or adjust material immediately adjacent to the moving components. Due to the close proximity and potential for entanglement, the worker's body is abruptly caught and pulled into the machine's rotating mechanism. A nearby colleague rushes to intervene and stop the equipment. Absolutely prohibit unauthorized entry into the danger zones of operating machinery. Always ensure robust safety guards are in place. The video captured inside a heavy manufacturing facility shows large cylindrical metal coils being processed and moved. A worker is positioned unacceptably close to the active machinery and the heavy cargo. Suddenly, a large cylindrical mass breaks loose and rolls or slides rapidly from its designated staging area. Due to his proximity, the worker is forcibly struck by the heavy rolling material, resulting in an immediate and forceful impact. Always maintain mandatory exclusion zones around moving or unstable heavy loads, and never stand in the path of materials that could roll or fall. This footage serves as a critical illustration of the extreme risks associated with improvised work methods and the misuse of ladders at height. The video shows a worker positioned on a temporary unsecured scaffolding or platform. He attempts the dangerous task of carrying a bulky air conditioning unit while climbing a ladder placed directly on this unstable base. As the worker lifts the heavy appliance and attempts to move, the ladder slides out from underneath him, instantly causing him and the load to lose stability. Never utilize ladders on unlevel, unsecured, or unstable surfaces. Always ensure ladders are properly braced or footed and use mechanical aids such as hoists or cranes to lift heavy loads to elevation rather than manual climbing. This footage serves as a stark reminder of the extreme risks associated with walking or working on temporary unsecured elevated surfaces. The video shows an individual attempting to navigate a path made of several loose, unsecured panels appearing to be slick, bright blue material positioned high above the ground. This surveillance footage is a rigorous reminder of the severe hazards posed by misusing aerial work platforms and the failure to secure loads when working at elevation. The video recorded at an interior construction or warehouse site shows two workers utilizing large scissor lifts. One lift is supporting a worker making an installation at height, while a second nearby lift is used to hold a long sheet of material. Suddenly, the long sheet of material loses its stability and slides abruptly off its supporting platform, striking the worker on the main lift. The force of the impact propels the worker off the elevated platform, resulting in a fall to the ground below. This incident clearly demonstrates the consequence of equipment misuse. Aerial work platforms must never be used to transport or support material loads, and all workers at height must utilize appropriate fall protection and maintain a safe operating distance from unsecured materials. This surveillance footage provides an immediate and severe safety alert regarding the critical hazards of standing near heavy unstable material loads in an industrial environment.